Wednesday, May 6th. Hello. Okay. Today's new activity, let's just get to that first, is we're going to switch gears and we're going to get into Unit 3 and we're going to start looking at court systems. This is one of my favorite units to teach. I really wish I was teaching it live in class. You may not, but I do. To do it, I start out with a Pear Deck. It's the fastest way to introduce. This Pear Deck, play the introduction video with me. That's the only time you'll see me in it, and you'll hear my voice and other pieces. There is actually some audio that's a voiceover now. And I'm going to tell you that you're going to be tempted to just go through the slides and not listen to me because you're probably tired to listen to me. Sorry. The voice, some of the questions on the slides will be best answered by listening as well as reading the slides. So turn on the audio, and I explained it in slide 1 how to do that. Slide 1's the way it will pop up me, and then it'll go into the audio. So make sure that you do that, and you're going to need to play the audio context to answer the questions, all of them correctly. And again, do that to the best of your ability. There's a mixture of multiple choice, matching, and so on. On Monday's video, I went through pretty extensively the rights of the accused and what you're doing with the rights of the accused here. And this is due on Thursday. It says tomorrow. I realize it's pretty late that I'm doing this tonight. Whether or not it was violated, in a complete sentence or two on whether or not the amendment was violated, 4th, 5th, 6th, or 8th. Excuse me. And looking at your notes from A19, criminal investigations, law enforcement Pear Deck, or A24, arrested trial procedures Pear Deck. Again, on Monday's video, Monday's agenda, I explained this a little bit more extensively, what you're doing here. I even think I go through an example on Monday's agenda. Supreme Court cases. Again, this is now overdue. The arrested trial procedures Pear Deck. So, excuse me, the Supreme Court cases are now overdue rights of the accused. And again, you could either have answered all the questions and then as an addendum, go back and put them in for as an addendum, go back and do the video, the due process ed puzzle video as a substitute, or just correct the questions on the Google form. And I went through this last Wednesday, I believe, when I assigned this, and pretty extensively. And you can see that I attached that agenda to there that explains that in more detail if you need that explained in more detail. So again, main thing today, new Monday 511, and obviously posted the new Monday, is the introduction to judicial branch Pear Deck, mainly focused on federal state court systems as we start to get into that. And this is again, and the idea of jurisdiction and the idea of judicial review and the idea of criminal versus civil cases. So a very broad overview before we start getting into more detail about state courts, federal courts, Supreme Court, etc.